Hey man, get him on, tell him we lit, bro. We on we on YouTube, man. We was trying to catch that Rod Hayes spot. Hey, Rod Bot, man. Hey, flying saucer, Rod Bot, brother. We in the building, we lit. Young Hill gang, get him in here, man. My wife said I should show my face more and my plays ago, so maybe I'm gonna just start doing cause I be I can show the screen every time. It's just that I be sharing my screen a lot on the oh yeah, we on Instagram now, man. So that's what we making this announcements about. We on Instagram. I'm gonna drop my Instagram in the links. Well, it's the Young Elder 023. We're gonna put it in the descriptions we're gonna put it in the descriptions when we get through, man. When we get through with the class. But we ain't really a class, we just doing a listening party, listening to a couple of tracks for people that ain't heard the music and they wanted to know why we rapping. Right? Some of the older clan don't like the rap. They say the rap is too disagreeable or negative energy. But they listen to it, ain't no cursing in it. You know what I'm saying? And we dropping Jews in the music. You know what I'm saying? Shout out NLE Chopper, man. Awaken Chopper, man. Shout out Lifeway. Shout out Sun Ra, right? In the building. So yeah, they wonder why we started rapping. We started rapping because we got NBA YoungBoy. He drop a song every 2 days, and the kids they listen to this music. So we got to keep up with this dude. You know what I'm saying? To keep the influence. So the young guy flow is in countermeasure for the niggas out here rapping. They going like you hear some of the music now, boy. That shit is like soft. It's really ain't even soft porn no more. It's just straight porn. They music is straight porno and just really just the influence is messed up, man, for the kids. So the reason why we started rapping is to get the influence for the kids, right? So they can have some music, with some with a little bit of positive energy in it. So that's why we started doing the rap. We've been rapping for quite some time, but like I said, I've been producing music since I was in high school, and I produced for some major artists, right? A lot of people, we was the first ones to start recording. I was the first ones to start recording people because my mom got me the equipment and making beats. Me and my partner Lil O, you know what I'm saying, like O Productions. Uh, so we've been doing the music for quite some time. So we just started doing the countermeasure the Lil Nas's and these other niggas, man, that's putting out music. They ain't giving you no game. We giving you game in our music. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Yeah, Young Guy Flow Part 2, man. You know what I'm saying? We got about 5 more songs on side A. Then we got side B. And then it's gonna be Young Guy Flow Part 3. That shit gonna be, I'm cooking it up. We already gone long to got Flow Part 3 already. But we gonna play a couple tracks for you in the background, man. Somebody let me know the sound proof on this joint. You already heard that new joint we just dropped, right? It's called We Up. We're gonna bump that one for you first. Yeah, Cowboys, man. Shout out to all my Cowboy fans, right? Because niggas is like, man, Young L, it's a distraction. He doing talking about football. Like I said, I already told you the origin of football. We started football. You know what I'm saying? The Almacs, right? And so we've been football fans millions of years before you even knew what a devil and the religious concept and this conscious, all this shit was even going. We started this shit. So I like the Cowboys because of their colors. And then when I was coming up, Emmitt Smith, you know what I'm saying? Troy Aikman, Michael Irvin, you know what I'm saying? I know a little bit about Roger Staubach, a couple cats. they trying to put Jerry Jones in the media now. Jerry Jones is in Texas, man. You gotta think about that. Texas is, they say, it's the last state that told the slaves they were free. You know what I'm saying? Even though that's a game too. You know what I'm saying? Niggas all, they running this game. It's all game, my nigga. It's all game, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but he in Texas, man. So, you know, niggas in Texas, I'm gonna tell you, Texas and Mississippi, them two states right there, Alabama, and some parts of Georgia, these people that, because it's a game, man, why people hate us. They got the poor people hating each other, while these Etruscan Moors and the rich people sit back and laugh while we stay broke and stay arguing with each other. When it should be everybody, white, black, everybody should stick together to help the planet out. We live on this planet. We got to live on this planet. Our children got to live on this planet. So we need to take care of the planet. You know what I'm saying? We need to take care of the planet as a whole, not just we sitting here arguing with each other about somebody is white, black, and this color, and niggas, the planet is getting ready to get rid of everybody. Fuck all your planet saying F all y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to play arguing? All right, we get rid of all y'all niggas. That's the oneness we're trying to get back to, though. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, we on the way there. You know what I'm saying? Still got a couple haters that need to die off. They dying off. All the haters dying off. You know, David Rockefellers, the Elizabeths. You know, they fading out. All the haters. Even some of the dark-skinned, dirty jokers behind the scene, they dying out too. You just don't know their names. But they got names like Bennett, Simpsons. Yeah, we know. We know who really behind the Simpsons. We know who really behind the Simpsons, my nigga. Hey, ride by to everybody that's coming in the building, man. We know who really behind the Simpsons. Hey, go ahead, drop your question, man. It's an open question. We're gonna play a couple tracks for you. We kicking it, man. This is Friday night. We kicking it, man. You know what I'm saying? I got my water. Go ahead with your question, Jordan. The water, fire. Alkaline ice, alkaline water. Hey, so man, if you've been with us, me and the reason why I hadn't put out a tape in a couple of days because I've been getting set up on Instagram. So I got I've been doing Instagram. I'm getting the Patreon straight. I got the Facebook straight. So I'm connecting everything together. That's what I've been doing for the last couple of days. So that's so we still got a whole shitload of tapes. The last name tapes, all that's coming out. But we just getting everything set up because I got my brother Lifeway, my brother B Deal. He telling me, hey man, you got to get on Instagram. You got to do this. You need to do this. And he ain't the first person that told me that. But it's like when he said it again, he said it like it was like that. Okay, I got to go and do this because some of the people telling me to get on Instagram. So now we got Instagram. It's D Young Elder 023, no spaces. D Young Elder all lowercase. We just did a live on Instagram. So you want to get on now, and we on Facebook too. So people was asking about we're gonna put the Facebook in the link, the Instagram, the Patreon, and we're gonna have a website too. But they're working on that right now. So we're gonna take it to a whole nother level. You see what I'm saying? They don't never send my notifications out, man. You know. And then the music, my music don't even got cursing in it, and they flagged my music. And they let NBA Youngboy, man, I'm talking about the shit that they say, the nasty shit that they say, and I ain't even cursing in my shit. They say it's not suitable. And they also flagged the last rap Roy Hayes tape that we just did, said that it was not suitable. So we're gonna make a couple moves, man, and try to get this thing on a bigger level, man. So I got TikTok too. So we got TikTok. You can follow me on TikTok at D Young Elder. On Instagram at D Young Elder 023. You can follow me on Facebook at Cornswillion. That's my legal fiction and my straw man on Facebook. And we got it going on like that, man. And we got a whole shitload of classes, new levels of information. I got, man, it's a book that I've got now that finna come. That the call man that the I ain't gonna tell you what book it is. I'm gonna show it to you though when I get it. Man, this book is, man, this is gonna be a whole nother level, bro. This book the 12th elder just put me on. It's about to be a whole nother level, man. So yeah. So that's what we're doing. Hey, yeah, go Cowboy. Hey, man, shout out my Cowboy fans. Like I said, I need E to run that ball just a little bit harder, Playboy. I need you, Elliot, to run that ball just a little bit harder, Playboy. You know what I'm saying? You need to go on, step it up a little bit, man. Because when we get to play the Eagles, that's the game I'm waiting on. The Eagles. I'm telling you, the Eagles, the Cowboys versus the Eagles, gonna be in the NFC Super Bowl. I'm telling you, when we play them and the Cowboys, so whoever win that game, we know they gonna go all the way to they gonna take the NFC out of the Cowboys and the Eagles. So that's the game we waiting on, man. You know, you gotta stay. Look, people mad at the young elder because I'm myself. Like niggas want me to be so much because of who I am. They want me to be so much what they want me to be instead of letting me be myself. If you worried about somebody else and what they doing, then you ain't being yourself. You too busy worried about some other nigga instead of being yourself. Can Baba shade shift? Yeah, a couple niggas. We got a couple of witnesses on that. Any master can shade shift. You only need 40% of your brain capacity to do it. Bible's using way more than his 40% of his brain capacity. He just ain't want to scare the shit out of a lot of people. He think he can memorize 26 languages. And people out there say, oh, he didn't know this or he didn't know that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's easy to say shifts. If I try to do it on the camera, then they really be on me. I ain't gonna do that. But you just do you could do you could do a certain chant. You could do a certain chant where you can be invisible. You could do it. We knew these like in ancient Kemet. We taught these in the order of Melchizedek, but we got cut off from it. Why? Because of how we became. We lost our brain capacity, and we became more violent and aggressive. The ancestors ain't gonna reveal certain knowledge to you because they scared of what you might do with it. If you had the power to shade shift and to be invisible, what would you do with it? Would you rob a bank? Would you kill somebody because you got the power to kill them because they pissed you off in 1 second? See, that's why you here. We're gonna get to the dietary gland. That's why you here. You here to prove that you're worthy of the powers of being a god. Of being a god. Levitation, all the stuff that you think that God can do, you can do it. But you gotta be, the universe gotta trust you first with that type of power. If you half of you niggas was God, you niggas would be striking niggas down. You niggas would be, man, this world would be crazy if some niggas was God. You know what I'm saying? Like had control, had all their powers. If niggas got a lot of powers, but like if you had all the God powers that the Superman shit, what would you do? If you had this power, Superman powers, what would you do? Some of you niggas will be beating niggas up, taking niggas old lady. Nigga piss you off, niggas be doing some crazy shit, man. If they had them power. So you here right now on a like a mission to prove that you can handle that type of power. So like I'm gonna tell you, like a ladybug flew on me, right? I was sitting outside, ladybug flew on me. Now the reaction is the dude like, no, get off me, right? Because niggas, a ladybug is harmless. So I just grabbed a ladybug and I said, I'm gonna settle down. So you don't gotta kill everything, man. So a lot of times in nature, you fucking with what's in nature. The nature ain't messing with you. You get in the way of nature. about what you doing. If you ain't in the way of nature, you don't gotta worry about killing nothing. You don't gotta worry about taking an animal out. Like it was this dog walking down the street. And then the dog walked up to me and the dog started talking. He was talking in dog language. Now me, I understand a little bit of dog language, right? Because my brother is Anubis and he speak dog language. And he had 21 dogs at one time. And so he know dog. I know a little bit of dog language just from hanging with him. And so the dog walked up to me and he was like, "Hey man, you got anything to eat?" And then I said, I told the dog, yeah. And I told the dog to wait right there. So I went and got him some meat, some old meat that we had in the freezer that they had when they was when Western Land was over here. So I threw it to him, and he ate it. And he was like, "Thank you." And then he took off. See, and then that animal there is a pit bull. That was a loose pit bull, and then that dog he was barking and he was barking. I heard his tones. I could feel his tones, and I just knew that he's asking me did I have anything to eat, and so I gave it to him. See, when you connect to nature, animals will come up to you and ask you shit like that. Birds. Like what I do with old bread, I take it into pieces and throw it in the backyard. And the birds in the morning, because the birds they get up early in the morning, like between 5 and 7 to 8 o'clock, and they go for food and for worms. So when you connect it with nature, you start to do these things, man. And that's what you gotta get that power. So you ain't here to be bad with your powers. You here to protect and serve. Yeah, I'm on live, man. I'm good. If you get it. Hey, yeah, you here to protect and serve. We here to protect and serve as gods. And once you get that in your head, and they see that you got an understanding of that, then they'll be ready to release more of your brain capacity to you. Cause the story that the Nomos told Credo Mutwa is that that these humans were bad guys and that they had to cast them here to this planet and kick them from the center star. That's what the Nomos told Credo. So they probably was talking about the 200 fallen, but it's just different perspectives. It depends on what perspective you're looking at it from. Will Baba be free? Yeah, Baba already free. Because people ask me, Young Gilda, what are you doing? Somebody asked me, what are you doing to make the master teachers free? Man, I'm freeing them in your mind. Once I free him in your mind, he free. You see what I'm saying? See, everybody, the people was coming to beat down his name, saying that he was doing all that shit that he didn't do. And so we exposed them people. And we lifted the master teacher name up, and so people can send love his way, and that love is gonna get him out. We have more power than what you think as a unit. As a unit, if we all think together, we unstoppable. They know that. That's why they got to keep us divided and strong out on that dope. That's what we told you in the lyrics. You know what I'm saying? They keep us divided because they know if them niggas think on the same page, it's over with for us. They know that. That's the end of them. Once all of us think on the same page, it's over with for them. They can't do nothing about us. That's why they do separate the YouTube and keep it, share, but do all this shit, especially to niggas like me. But yeah. So once we think together on the same page, you can be a Christian, you can be a Jew, a Muslim, whatever you want. You can be black or white. It don't matter what color. Because all the universe is one. That's why it's called universe. That means one. You know what I'm saying? So nigga, the racism is out. The black and white. That's in the Piscean age. It's supposed to went out when the Aquarian age came in. It's supposed to went out when the Aquarian age came in. The racism, the hate for somebody with what they look like. But that's beneath who we are. You know what I'm saying? As a universal beings. Old blood types, universal beings. We could give blood to all white folks too. Can you give blood to white people? And if you're old type, right, then they part of you. You could give like the old type can give blood to all the people. White, black, no matter what color it is. It's the blood type is what you're looking at because the spirit is in the blood. And we told you niggas Try the spirit by the spirit. So we testing the spirit, we looking at the blood. We're looking at the blood. And so if you an O type, you universal. And if O negative, right? I'm O negative. You got people that's O positive. We go get the blood tape, man. But can you get blood to white people? Yeah. So therefore, we all one. That we all one. I'm telling you, man. There's other ways I could point to show you. But y'all all breathe the same damn air. You all air is the spirit is in the air. That's because the spirit comes. The air is in the blood, and the spirit is the blood. The air is in the spirit. We knew this as natives. We spiritual beings over here in the Mexam, in native land, and we spiritual beings over here. So everything was spiritual for us, especially birds. That's why we didn't kill birds. We didn't turn our gun on a bird or our arrow on a bird. We had a quote in Native American country where it says, "A fool is he who turns his arrow on a bird," because the birds are spiritual beings. So white people, Hindus, y'all the same niggas. I can really show you hard. Like I can really show you how everybody the same people. They the same when you trace it all back. Everybody the same people. Uh, when Yeah, it's everybody the same people, man. So you niggas all breathe the same air. White people, Caucasian. If you don't, for you Moors that don't like calling them white, because y'all say y'all free white man. That shit is funny to me. But yeah, Hindus, Asians, uh, European, whatever you are, dogs, cats, rats, all y'all niggas breathe the same air. So everybody won, just off of that fact. All you niggas breathe the same air. You know what I'm saying? And the trees is really what we need. The trees is the guys. Um, but if we go into a different type of thing, where we're gonna be more nitrogen beings. Yeah, we global. Should be no hate. Like I should see nobody like no hate crimes, none of this shit no more. That shit should be went out with the Piscean age. It went out with the yin and the yang. See, the yin and yang principle is the black versus white. You see what I'm saying? That concept is going up. Ain't no more of that. Because most of you people that saying that they white are really albinos. So you niggas anyway. And then another group, because it's three different groups. One group the Fugolars, they came out of the Hindus. And those Hindus were Moors. Muur. So those Fugolars are Moors. Yeah, nigga. Fugolars are Moors. So, yeah, a lot of that shit might go over niggas' head, you know. Fugolars are Moors. And then the other group, the Aldebarans who came here, the redheads, green-eyed beans, those beings come out of the Almacs, who were albinos a long time ago when they got adopted from when the planet was in a calamalism, and they started adopting Almacs and Mayan people from over in America, and the Mexican and some from Africa, and taking them to a whole nother star system called a Centaurian star system. Right? Yeah, I'm back. That's my people, man. See, murder, the Millers. You got the Millers, the Williams. These are all the same family. Millers, Williams, Yorks. They pick us. They pick people like us, man. I'm a Williams. Birdman, them, they Williams. Tookie Williams. Poochie Loke. Pooh Shiesty, them, the Williams. These are my people. Millers, they're my people. But I'm gonna talk about it in the Let's Set the Record Straight book. Yes, and I'm in Louisiana. That's what we down here, gold and shit like that. Where we rock down here, you know what I'm saying? This is Louisiana, man. You know what I'm saying? Niggas down here, this like a rites to passage. Down here, I'm a Washington, man. My granddaddy's a Washington. My grandma was a Williams. And my grandma, after my granddaddy got divorced, she married the Millers. My grandma married the Millers. Yeah, so we all connected, my nigga. I can show you why. I can show you where half of you, 70% of y'all niggas is kin to each other from the same tribe. So whites, blacks, All you niggas. And most of you white, so most of the people that saying that they white, that you classify as white, they really albinos. And like I say, they really your childrens and daughters. Like it's a dude that I see every day when I go to pick up my son from this place. It's this dude that I see walking, and he look white, but he really albino. But if you talk to him, you say, "Damn, this dude sound." If you talk to him on the phone, you would think that he look like us. He black and all that, but so you know niggas by their spirit. You see that you hear the spirit. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, everybody's one. Everybody can help everybody, and the planet and the planet won't destroy all of us. But if we keep it's petty. When I see people going at it over race, that's petty. That's petty, bro. Y'all can help each instead of arguing with each other. Y'all can help each other right now. We'll be already, cause the people the Trusskian niggas. These are Trusskian niggas that Rod Hayes fingering. These niggas, they don't give a damn about that. They want you to keep doing it. While they keep keeping your ass as a straw man and keep your ass locked in the matrix. You know what I'm saying? It says peace, you fix. Yeah. I'm telling you, man. So yeah, so let's think about that, man. Cause like they still promoting Jerry Jones on saying that he a racist. And Jerry Jones, you gotta keep in mind, this nigga a billionaire in Texas. And you keep in mind, they said Texas was the last place to free the slaves. Okay, all right. So y'all can't. Some people say they can't hear me good. Let me turn it up a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, but yeah. So yeah, Jerry Jones in Texas, my nigga. You already know what time it is with Texas and Alabama and Mississippi, nigga. Maybe it's me. Oh yeah, you might turn your phone up or something, man. You know, they might be chopping it out though, you know. But it's something to think about. Then crime. Why is crime so high? Why is these elites who already got enough money for 10 generations and they already got all the land and well, they think they got it. All these people and they went and bought land in other countries and shit. They got all the money, but then they want to have everything in America so damn high to where you gonna go up in there. I remember we used to get popcorn, right? It had 40 packs in the popcorn thing. And now, and it was $5 for 40 packs of popcorn. The joints that we be doing for the kids when they had the movies and joints, right? So we go back to Walmart to get that joint, and that joint is now $7, $7.98, $8. You know what I'm saying? And then they only got 16 in the pack now. They cut not only they went up $3 on the price, they didn't cut the quantity down to less than 20% of what it was normally is. So not only is they over inflation us, they cutting down on the product, on the amount product they give you. This is a crunch. They putting niggas in the crunch right now. They putting us in the crunch. And then they made $9.1 billion on Black Friday. Who else spent all that type of money? And then none of that money going towards the national debt. None of that money went to the national debt. $9.1 billion, none of it went to the national debt. You know what? It went to the pockets of the niggas, the Trustskins. The nigga that sit in the back. I got my gun out when I'm talking to a Trustskins from now on, nigga. We ain't talking to them niggas no more. Last time we talked to them when they came over here and landed on Plymouth Rock. We should have had our shit out then. Because I hear a lot of people say that we didn't have guns over here, but we did have guns over here. The people who bought the guns, powder and shit was the Hindus. The Hindus brought the gunpowder over because I'm gonna tell you something. There's a lot of shit that we probably didn't tell you about the Moors. All right, so these Hindus came over here. That's when they the ones that had the fire. They were from Aura Chaldea. They were fire worshippers. And they had the gunpowder. They the one that gave the gunpowder to the Chinese. The Chinese mixed in, the Hoshin mixed in with these Hindus who had the gunpowder. They brought it here. It was called plutonium. It's coming from plutonium and all that because they bought it from Pluto. So let me break that down for you, because the people I heard some cats say this. Okay, well, they were saying that we was over here fighting with arrows in America, but that's not true. That's not true. We had arrows. We was using arrows to hunt because it was quiet. That's why niggas use bows now, because bows are more quiet. You know what I'm saying? And then it's more less. You don't got to pick out all the buck shells or whatever out of the animal, right? So check this. These Moors, these MUUR Moors from Chaldea, they were fire worshippers. And when they landed, they was, keep in mind, the dude Platoon, the scientist who blew off the planet, he had explosives with him. And then another people who were called the Ninja Turtle fleet, who attached on, they had 4 ships that attached on the Nubaru. They had plutonium on their ship, these explosives. Right, man. Hey, man, I forgot to tell niggas, man. Look, if you got a cap on, make sure you get that shit out right now, because we're about to twist caps and crack heads. We'll play a couple songs for you in a minute, but we leading the way with the ancestors lead us. So these Hindus, when they landed, they brought explosives. They were good. They were making explosives. If you go read the Enoch, some of these beings were teaching how to make explosives. And they showed how to use the gunpowder to make the guns. They showed how to make guns and swords. These 200 fallen angels, who were Hindus, who introduced. So then they spread it around. They spread the gunpowder and all that shit around. They were fire beings, and then they brought that shit over here to mix them. And so we had cannons and all that shit over here. We had missiles. These Hindus had missiles. Where did they get this shit from? The missiles. We had fucking places that can silos over here thousands of years before the Caucasians came and brought the Caucasians got their fire instruments and their explosives and shit from the Moors. The Moors are the ones who brought the gunpowder and the guns and the blowing up shit. They were fire beings. I'm telling you, man. This shit may come back to you later. Like the shit that I'm saying, it might come back to you later, but it's the truth. We already had explosives over here, bro. We already had fireworks, all that shit from these Hindus. It was already popping fireworks down in Central America, but with the pyramids and shit, right? From these Hindus, and they the one that introduced the shit to because they try to. The Caucasian want to play the story that these Chinese had the gunpowder, but the Chinese come from the Sands people. The original Chinese, Ho Shin, was dark-skinned Chinese who were really Hindus mixed with Sands man and a little bit of Bantu, sprinkle a little bit of Bantu, as they migrated over here millions of years ago, more than 6 million years ago, I believe. I believe it was like 10 million years ago that they came over here. The planet is like 90-something billion years old, right? And we've been on coming to this planet at least 40 billion years of that time. You know what I'm saying? But so the fire explosives and blowing up and Fire Nation is the Moors from Chaldea, the fire beings. Man, I'm telling you, man, a lot of people that's real studious and that really study Bible's work, they know I'm telling the truth. When you do the research, they know I'm telling the truth. So these beings, these 200 fallen, they landed in Chaldea and began teaching niggas how to make a grenade, make a missile, make a sword. So they keep you, when you read the book of Enoch, they water that down and they ain't give you the science of what these people were teaching them. What these Moors were teaching these humans that pissed and lit them off and said that they was bad guys. We kicked them out because they're going around teaching people, these different sciences. So they say you a story that we was over here in teepees. That's a lie, because the Dogons and the Dogons were building mud structures over in Phoenix, Arizona. The Dogons was in Phoenix. They were building land. The pyramids were built by the Moors. The Moors were the influence of the pyramids. The Moors are the builders. I'm telling you, man. They are the builders. They are the scientists. And most of us, at least 80% of y'all are Moors. And y'all mixed in with these MUUR niggas, these niggas from Or Chaldea. Y'all mixed in with them. That's why Mother Empress Patrice put Washita Moors, MUUR, because she know that the Moors or these Or Chaldea people came over here before Hoshin and mixed in with us. So we are Moors by that fact. And the dirty Moors and us are really the same people. Now, Rod said that we ain't the same people, and that's got to be said right now in order for us to get the point that they was against us, that there was a war going on, and it's two who against us, who the real ops is. But in the end, we're gonna shake hands because we the same people. Enlil and Inky is brothers. They both a new son. Murdoch is Inky's son and Enlil's nephew. Tammuz is Enlil's grandson and he Inky grandson. See, that's why Tammuz was sent to do the job, to bring all of us back together. No matter what you think, it's more than one perspective. Gain more than one perspective. Don't come with an Islamic perspective telling niggas what's right and wrong when you only got one 33 degrees perspective. Don't come telling niggas Christianity when that's only one perspective, or Islam, or whether we go into Masonry, or whether we go into whatever other doctrine or train of thought that you got. It's always more than one perspective. It's actually 24 perspectives in one second, in one frame. So it's all more than one perspective. Niggas mad at me because I do it. I listen to everybody. I'm the only nigga that comment on, that respond to every comment on YouTube. On YouTube, I'm the only nigga that go on other niggas' page and leave comments. Niggas that's got high pages, they don't do that. They don't do that. I'm hands on with you people. We hands on. I'm hands on. You leave it like after this show. Every comment that's left, we gonna comment on it. So you got a question, ask it, and we're gonna try to. If we can answer it for you, we're gonna drop it. If we can't answer it for you, we're gonna get back to you because we gotta do the research on it. Right? So yeah, please, the Washington and Williams, the Moors. Yeah, from Louisiana. Yeah, that's where we at, man. That's where we at, man. My people from Coshado. And Baton Rouge in New Orleans. And Slidell, Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? 318 to the 504. You heard me? So yeah. So we wasn't living in no teepees. The only people that was using the teepees were people when they went out to go hunt for the buffalo and track the buffalo, and they went out to go hunt, so they'd be gone for 2 or 3 days, so they'd bring a tent with them. It's like going camping. That we was camping when we had those. We lived in stone structures. The stone structures been over here for thousands of years, if not millions, because the stone structure setup begins when the Moors come in. You talking about millions of years ago, if not billions, because if you go trace it back, Bible said that these people they came to this solar system about 66 billion years ago. So you do the math, 66 billion years ago. And the Hindus were used to make the Watusis genetics. The Hindus were used to make the Watusi genetics. So like the origin of rice. Rice is a really African thing. We started rice. Like I said, the fireworks. The Hindus brought the fireworks. That's why if you go back and watch 300, when the Persians came, who were really Moors, they were throwing these smoke bombs and shit like that. That's all Moors shit. Moors is a real warriors for warfare. They do all that, like the fire worshippers. Yeah, 76 trillion. Yeah, like I'm talking about we go back 76 trillion years. That'll go back to the before the first explosion took place, where inside of the atom. Inside of the atom, another explosion took place on the microcosmic level, which what they refer to the Big Bang, where the split happened. Well, a split happened. When that split happened, uh, it caused time to be created because there wasn't no time during this time. That's why Baba said time is start. He is timing back to 76 trillion years. Before that, they weren't calculating time like you calculating it. And even still now, on other planets and galaxies, the time is much more broader. Like on Mars, instead of having 360 days, what they gave you on Earth, it's like 400 and some days on Mars. And then Jupiter is more days, 600 and some days. So as you go out farther from the distance of the sun, you get the more the time span that begins to expand. So what if you go 1 light year from the sun? What, and you calculate time based on your sun, because it's your origin as far as the avatar is here. Your avatar origin is here. That's why you're gonna have to get a new body, another avatar when we leave. We're gonna give you a new body. And you're gonna be put it to be just downloaded, because all y'all just a download. We all just a download. You can figure that out a lot when you sometimes you might have brain farts. Some people, if their computer not running right, I can hold my hand over your head like this for a certain amount of seconds, and eventually it become uncomfortable. Why? Because I'm cutting off your etherical cord that's connected to you up on your higher self, and that your higher self is sending us a telephone signal or frequency straight down into your crown chakra, and that's activating you as your spirit, as a being, right? Then with the activation of the breath, the air. Once the air goes into your nostrils, boom, that gives activation to you, like a machine. Your body is just a machine to move around in, man. You operate in this machine via your higher self. So yeah, man. My wife said I used to start going and showing my camera a little bit more, because he said that people like to see you. They want to like touch you and see weird. See weird. But usually she be right though. So, but usually every time I most time be showing my sharing my screen on the computer, so I really don't necessarily have to go show the camera. It said, how big were one of those ships that crashed down into? Those ships, if you look at a comparison to Nubaru, Nubaru is 63,408, I think, and some change in diameter. So it's about like 8 to 9 times bigger than Earth. If you look at those Ninja or those Troglodyte ships that came, that are when Nubaru bumped, crashed into Meldick, and they launched off the 4 fighter ships that locked into the force field. These ships, if you look at the comparison size, the way Baba put it in the Holy Tablets, you had to say those ships are at least in between 200 to maybe even to 2,000 miles in diameter. So you're talking about shit probably the size of a whole Texas or something, or bigger. I mean, 2,000 miles is really bigger than it. It might be size. It could be the size of the United States. One of them, a little bit smaller, like about half the size of the United States. So that'd be what, probably like about 1,000. So I'm saying they was leasing between 200 to 2,000 miles in diameter, based on the comparison to the size and the size of the holy in the Holy Tablets compared to the mothership Nubaru. So them joints was big. Them joints was big. You know what I'm saying? Keep in mind, the planet Earth was bigger than it is now when it crashed down into, when these ships crashed down. The Earth was about 4 times bigger than what it is now. Especially then before that, the crazy scientist who was a Moor, the crazy scientist who was a Moor, platoon, who was the leader of these beings, who these Hindus who had mixed with the troglodytes from Meldick. Because what happened is, see, when they planet blew up, they attacked us. We disabled their equipment, right? All right, so we felt bad about it. At least that's what I don't believe that's true though. I believe we intentionally crashed into these people. I believe based on the story, I believe we intentionally crashed into the Meldick. I believe we intentionally caused a magnetic storm on Neptune, right? And I believe we intentionally crashed into Tiamat. I believe the Anunnakis intentionally crashed into Tiamat and Meldick because that's all the planets of the people that we was beefing with. We was beefing with Alelu and his people, the Nomos, because they were already pissed off at us because we burnt out the Cyrus B. And then we was already the Meldickians were the main source of the trouble. So we had to we got rid of them and just wiped out most of their whole race. And then the Dragonians were here, which a group of them were peaceful beings. That's the bad thing about it. A group of the Inky's people were agreeables, the Dragonians, and they were here on Earth, and we crashed down into Earth. So all those people we had a beef with. So I believe maybe Tiamat could have been an accident, but I believe Meldick and Neptune was on purpose. I believe Michael came specifically to attack them niggas. And man, they were smooth, and they said, "Hey man, it's really an accident. We ain't really trying to do it to make it look like they wasn't trying to do it." You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man. And then after that, to go into it, really, hold on, let me sit up. So to go into it, what happens after that is after the crash or whatever, these Meldikians, we promised them a home, and some of them lived in the Bermuda Triangle as one of their homes until we can create them a whole star system. Because a lot of the star systems, a lot of the star systems that you looking up in the sky, when you see a blue star, that's a new star system. Like Cyrus is a new star system. We created that. We created that for the Pacific group of beings. We created Zados Reticuli for these Meldikians. As a home galaxy, we created Zados Reticuli. But at the time when the crash happened, a little bit after the crash, we didn't have that planet, that solar system or that star system created yet. So some of them went to go live on other planets in your solar system and other galaxies until we can prepare their home galaxy that we was creating. So some of them went to go live on Titan, a planet called Titan, which they say is a moon to Saturn. Some of them went to go live on Platoon, or Pluto. It's a couple more names. Gaga, they call it Gaga, right? They also call Earth Gaga because these people that came from Pluto. It is a blue star. Yeah, all the blue stars are new stars that we just created, and some of them were situations that we created for people to have their own home, so that we can make the peace. And that's what Nubaru was going around to keep everything organized, all the councils and galactic councils, right? So they went to go live on Titan, Pluto. Some of them came to live on the moon. The moon, which is not the moon you see now. That moon there was towed here. We already told you that moon there was towed here. It's a ship. It's actually like a satellite where people getting monitored from. So, and eventually they landed on the moon and they became known as the Lunarites or the Lunarians, and then the Lumerians, and then they came and landed in the land of Mu. These people landed in the land of Mu, and they named that land, which is what Hawaii called the Lumerians, land of Mu. Right, where these Hindus landed, because we told you it was a group that landed in the land of Mu, and then it's a group that landed in Ora Chaldea. The ones that landed in Ora Chaldea, they refer to them as the 200 Fallen. But the other group, before the 200 Fallen, they landed in the city of Lamu. They called it, Mu, city of Mu. We already showed you that, right? and they brought fire with them. That's just like the other people from Oral Chaldea. They really was the same group, but two of them, one of them landed on one side, one of them landed on the other. Yeah, Lumeria. And yeah, Lumeria was the mirror, the other city, because it had to be two cities to make the balance. So the two cities were Lumeria and Atlantis, the two superior cities, right? Keep in mind, Tahuti them were came. They was already mixed with Hindus. When the Ghouls came, when the ancient Egyptians, who you call it the Netarus or the Natharus, when these beings came, they was already mixed with Hindus. They was already in Hindu cause. Some of them had mixed with Hindus and bird beings. Some of them mixed with Hindus and plant beings, like the plant being happy. Some of them mixed with feline beings. Literally, some people think this shit is like made up, but like they're gonna come to them later. They're gonna play this shit on History Channel 2 or 3 years from now. They gonna, not what I'm saying, but they gonna have some shit what I'm telling you, and they gonna say, oh yeah, this is real. Did you know that Hindus were mixed in the galactics, were mixing with feline beings? That's the beings, some of the first group, one of the first groups. They live on a planet called Naboo, and they put a movie out about it called Avatar, and they broke down how they were cloning people and using the bodies to move around on these people's planet. So when they went to their planet, when people come to our planet that's not from here, they gotta take an avatar. So it's a lot of humans, even including you, that's walking around right now that you are from another planet, that you are extraterrestrial, and you walking around in a human avatar, and you forgot, you just forgot. You are Enos, you came an Enosite. You became an Enosite because you forgot. Enosites are just a car. Enosites are just the avatars. Enosites are avatars for higher dimensional beings. We are them higher dimensional beings, right? They don't want you to know that. They don't want you to come to the realization that a lot of y'all not from here. You know what I'm saying? And so the stuff that they're doing is to keep you here. They want to keep you here. Keep you going through the same elementary. This is elementary. This is elementary, man. School for the people. Right? We're going to take a quick break. We ain't going to get off, though. We're going to play a song for you real quick.
The entire incident took about a minute.
We're going to play a song for you real quick, man, because this was the album listening party.
My kids,
but the ancestors, they take us where we go, man. So we on in the Bible, they refer to these people as the bad guys, and they call them familiar spirits. Familiar because it was in Greek, and that familiar means like la familia means family. So that's why they said don't have no engraving energy. They don't want you to have any little. They want you to have no pictures of your ancestors, which is Tahuti, which is Ptah, which is Osiris, which is Haru and Ishtar. And some of those beings are just reincarnates of the Sumerian people. And then we got avatars before that. So the last time we came back here was as the ancient Egyptians. So that's why I come as Haru to lift you up. Now I am Sananda. That's my galactical name on the ship, my higher dimensional being. But I came incarnated here as Haru at this time because the last time we came here was as the Natharu. So that's why my Sabian brothers is putting the emphasis on the Natharu versus the Anunnakis, because that's the state we was in the last time we got knocked down was in our ancient Egyptian state. And if you study, let's get down to it. If you study some of the science of these different things, it's coming out of ancient Kemet. Now, granted, the Moors set that shit up, my nigga. The Moors set the school up in ancient Kemet. Now, there gonna be some ancient Egyptian niggas out there and people that gonna say, man, that nigga going crazy. No, nigga. The truth is truth. Go do your damn research. Imhotep was mixed with Hindu, my nigga. He the first one to build your stepstone pyramid, nigga, before you built all the rest of that shit. Imhotep was a part extraterrestrial because his dad was an extraterrestrial, Ptah. who was Enki's son. So Imhotep, the reason why he stood out from everybody else and why he was such a genius is because he was a damn extraterrestrial. His granddaddy was Enki. Enki was the master fashioner. Ptah was a master fashioner. Imhotep was a master fashioner and scientist in ancient Kemet. But Imhotep was mixed with Hindu. The Afar people, Imhotep was the Afar, and the Afar people were mixed with Hindu. They were mixed with the Moors from Ur Chaldea. So all the Imhotep was a Moor. That's why you niggas Moors. Get that in your head. Get that in your head. Don't listen to all them other niggas what they telling you, man. I'm telling you. They gonna say, oh yeah, well, Moor come from Morenos. Yeah, you later on. Later on. And they started saying them niggas with dark skin and dark hair niggas, man. That's what they mean. Morenos. They said, nah, nigga, before that language is even in existence. Moor go back all the way to fucking ancient Sanskrit and ancient Sumerian doctrines. The Sumerians. Right? It goes back to Sumerian doctrines. Like Mu, one who's of, Ur, Chaldea. So all you niggas, all your science was talking about it too. All of the science that's in ancient Kemet, as far as the alchemist science, was taught by the 200 fallen. Go back and read your fucking book of Enochs. The niggas that taught you niggas how to do blacksmithing, how to make medicine, cosmetics, is all that shit y'all was doing in ancient Kemet. It come from the 200 fallen angels, the Moors. That's a fact. I challenge anybody on that debate. Anybody can debate me on it, and I approve it. And just off of you hearing it, and you put it together in your brain, you saying, yeah, that nigga Young L telling the truth. I'm telling you. So all your science in ancient Kemet, how to turn water into wine, the 200 fallen was teaching niggas how to turn water into wine. Go back and read the book of Enoch. They was teaching them how to make beer. All it. And those 200 fallen were Moors, extraterrestrial Hindus who landed in, who had fire, gunpowder. They had gun. They knew how to mix gunpowder. These niggas, these Moors, and they taught you niggas in ancient Kemet. So all your school, all your educational system, as far as like all crafts, was taught by the 200 fallen angels. So was they bad guys? Enlil say they bad because they taught you how to fish. Enlil want to be your God. Enlil want to be your God. He want to say, well, you got to get this fish for me. To me, Enlil is Satuk. The way they got the same personality. Enlil is Satuk, man. They got the same personality. You know what I'm saying? He wants you to come to him to get the fish. Who told you this? Who told you was naked? Who told you, you know? And then punish you because you learn how to fit that because these 200 fallen people taught y'all how to fight against them so they can stop eating you and selling you as slaves and hosts to other beings for fucking gold and whatever else they might want. Enlil is sell a nigga for a pound of weed, man. Oh yeah, nigga got that fire? Man, let me get somebody that's abduct one of these niggas, man. I got one of these niggas. I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying? Tell him I got something for him. That's type of nigga Enlil is, bro. You know? Yeah, so a great book. This 22 angels. Yeah, so man, what's happening here? Is we at a point now where we had to clean this shit up, man. Everybody had to come and clean this shit up, get to where it's at now, and Enlil will be held accountable, man. But the beings who make the beings who continue to stand on the corners and call themselves, you are Hebrew niggas, but your contract, if you read your Bible close in Deuteronomy, your contract is with Enlil. So if Enlil if you agree to that contract, that you call it a covenant, right? Where you follow all his rules and eat what he say and do what he say and everything will be good. But if you don't do what he say, all these curses gonna come up on you in that contract. So you niggas that out here say y'all the Hebrew Israelites, and you want to read the Bible, and then you want to honor that contract with Enlil, that's on you, man. When Enlil come and you ain't honor that contract, man. See what I'm saying? I ain't got no contract with your God. I ain't got no contracts with no God. I am God. What I need a contract with a God. What I need to sign a record deal with a label when I can start my own label, when I can put my own shit out. You know what I'm saying? When you an artist and you sign with other labels, what they're telling. That's why Dolph was a god. Dolph was a god, my nigga. Even though he did sign with Empire as a distribution, Dolph was a god, and that's what they didn't like about him. That's why they allowed him. They want to prove that he wasn't God and kill him, because that's another thing. When I say I'm God, my wife say, well, if you God, you should be able to make $20 appear in your pocket. When I'm try to get $20 from, you should ask. You should be, if you God, you should make that $20 appear in your pocket, right? But her definition of God is backwards. See, niggas' definition of God is backwards, and a lot of niggas don't like the word God, right? A lot of niggas don't like the word God, right? They say, oh, God is a term, and they right. You know, I like all the perspectives on it. But when you say you're a God, you should be able to make $20 pop up in your pocket. That's some kind of shit. Her definition of God is wrong, though. To me, what a God is a nigga that can create. Now, you can probably get $20, but not just like poof. They think that when they read the Bible, they think God was a poof nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like poof, there you go. And in you can kind of, some ways you can say that in a little bit because of the technology there that Enlil had. But they think God is a poof nigga. Like God just said, let there be light, and boom, that's it. Or man formed on the ground. They think God, that's what God is to them. They think God is one of them niggas. God is almighty. He's everywhere. He knows everything. But that just tell you that they don't read their Bible, man. They don't read their Bible good. God's not a poof nigga, man. He not a poof nigga. Let there be light. They had to fucking scientifically put helium or hydrogen and ignite that shit inside of a stellar core and explode it to create your sun. Somebody put that there. The way it's, if you look at the scientific, the way it's created, somebody put that sun there. Somebody put that sun there. You know what I'm saying? By design. So they think God is this poof nigga. Everybody, when you talk about God, they say, oh, God is everybody got this mentality that God is a poof nigga. Like, oh, make your ass cheek fall off. And you just say, make your ass and your ass cheek fall off. That ain't how it happened, my nigga. That ain't damn, yo. You got the wrong Enlil fucked over niggas, man. Enlil fucked over niggas when he put that out, right? So if you read your Bible, God wasn't a poof nigga, man. He wasn't no poof and let that like that, man. He didn't even know everything according to the Bible. Like when he asked, "Who told you this?" Then he asked the devil, "Why?" A nigga that know everything don't ask what, when, how, and why. Niggas don't ask a nigga that know everything. So that's one definite. So you got that wrong when you talk about God know everything. God tell you right in the damn beginning of the Bible he don't know everything when he come up asking questions. God that know everything don't have to ask questions. Then they gonna come up with this stupid ass because it's people that slow. They say, well, God, the reason why he asked them is to see what they were gonna say. Well, then that just contradicts the your first ideology that God know everything. And then it goes on to say in your Bible that God tempts no man. That means if God know the answer to what they're gonna say, and he asked them the question, knowing what they're gonna say, wouldn't that be tempting them to tell a lie? If he gonna know they're gonna tell the truth, why do you even ask them? That's the game. You see what I'm saying? So God don't know everything. Enlil didn't know everything. Granted, he had technology like the looking device. Well, he could control from his watch or like this little device. It's like a cell phone tablet type.